We're number one.
Jimmy is being a cheap ass. You know, I'm like, damn.
You heard it here first. Joe Rogan listens
Joe
to our podcast.
Right, we're the best. You know, they say people that cuss are more honest. So I'm an honest motherfucker. Put the fish away, Reggie.
It don't even hurt you.
Not for me.
Nothing to it.
Okay.
Let's do it. Come on. I'm ready. I'm ready. I want to do it.
I wear a thong. I got one on right now. You want to see?
Jimmy and Geet. Madhouse Bar Talks, baby.
That is a bunch of shit, if you ask me.
Morning, March 23rd. Springtime is here.
Don't feel like it.
First day of spring was a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
First day of spring. Yeah, it sure don't feel like it. That Friday felt like it, though. That Friday was amazing.
It was a teaser.
But that is gone now. That is definitely gone. So, how was your week?
Fine.
Did you work a lot?
No.
Yeah, you sure didn't, did you?
Hell no.
They brought you back to work to not work.
Starved me. The hell?
They're like, this mother, they probably know you were sitting around. That was probably Elon Musk is probably partnered up with your boss.
Yeah.
He's like, this motherfucker's not doing nothing.
You better worry about that fake ass landing.
What fake ass landing?
You seen it.
I didn't see shit.
You didn't see the Disney Channel?
The splashdown.
Splashdown.
Yeah, you're on that kick, huh? You think that's
Oh my
you think
God.
that's the way it is, huh?
I think it's fake.
You think that's fake?
Fuck yeah.
Why would you think it's fake?
I was all excited to see it, and then I watched it, and I was like, what am I watching? Did I get the wrong channel? Am I on the Disney Channel? It was too perfect. Look at the way the parachutes just so evenly fall, spin around.
I don't think they're spinning around. I think the helicopter or the drone is spinning around.
Okay, but still, look how perfect it is. Get the fuck out of here.
Elon Musk did do a great job. You're right.
Yeah, okay.
It was perfect.
Believe what you want. I'll believe what I want.
You were bringing up that there was no ripples, too. There's ripples in that water. Come on, man.
Get the fuck out of here.
Just because some dolphins show up.
Yeah. SpongeBob in the background waving. Hey. Little mermaid swims up. Her little tail comes out the water. Hey.
I watched.
Like a
You sent
fucking
me
parade.
you sent me that NASA video of it. Like, dude, I couldn't even get past like just listening to the opening scene of it because. First of all, it's 3 hours. I'm not watching a 3-hour video. That's not happening. But second off, like as I'm watching it, or right at the beginning of it, it does like have the entrance music does sound like the NASA opening line, like or not a NASA, a Disney opening line. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I know I didn't load it up because I wasn't planning on playing it, but here's the opening scene to it. I have to put it up to the microphone. Where are you at? Come on, play. I was dying laughing. I was like, this cannot be right. I don't want to play now. It does have that Disney appeal. I'll give you that one. That's the NASA video.
Oh, the part that really killed me is the dolphins. Then the dolphins come around and shit. Get the hell out of here.
This is literally the opening on NASA's webpage. Like that's what you sent me, like from NASA. It does have that, like, you know, Bambi's about to get shot sound.
Yeah. You'd be hanging in somebody's garage. Shanty tell.
Nah, I think it was real.
Okay.
I think it was definitely real. And then you were saying like they were walking around when they first came out, and I didn't see that. I was watching it, and
I was just watching right now.
they pulled them out and they put them on gurneys. They literally had to lift them up on the gurneys.
Okay.
They did. That's how they did it. They pulled them out of the capsule, like on that boat, because they pulled the thing out of with the boat. They opened it up. They had to put somebody inside to help pull them out. They put them. They're like sitting on the ground, and they lift them up and put them on the gurney, and then take them, I guess, for medical treatment or whatever. I don't know. But they do have. I looked into it. They do have exercise equipment in space. I just seen it in the space station. Mm-hmm. They have a bike. They got
treadmill.
Treadmill. Yeah. They got all that in the space station.
Okay.
I went down that rabbit hole, and I really got a lesson, man, about what goes on in a space station. First of all, things you never think about, they never sit down. The whole time they're up there, 9 months, they never sat down. There's no sitting down. You can't sit down. You're just floating. You don't lay down to go to sleep either. You're just floating. Okay. So weird, right? It's not weird to you?
Not in Disneyland.
But nobody's doubting that the space station's real.
I'm doubting that landing we seen was real.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
why would they fake that?
Why did they fake the moon landing? You think?
Yeah, but the moon landing is a little different. That's about getting past that, like outer. There's no way, dude. That's a real deal. There's nobody that real? The space station and they're just in the inner space. They're not in outer space, basically. They're not past that. What's that belt called? I forget what that belt's called. That you can't go past.
So much radiation. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
Regardless, I'm not a scientist. I don't give a shit. That shit look fake as shit to me, and I'm sticking to it.
All I get out of that is that Elon Musk did such a great job that it looked picturesque to you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good word for it. It looked automated as shit.
Speaking of Elon Musk, you want to hear this one? This is a video. Now this is about 3-minute video. I think it's worth watching though. This is a woman. She's from Africa. She's talking about the U.S. aid, like that. This is an interview that was done, and in the interview, she starts talking about the U.S. aid leaving Africa, essentially. You know what I'm saying? So I'll go ahead and I'll play it, and then we'll talk about it. Hold on, let me play it, and then we'll talk about it after we play it here.
As a story of tragedy that we need to be looking. I think there's something else we need to do with looking. Don't it mean
I can't say her name, but she was the ambassador to the Union, former African ambassador, but I have no idea how to say her name.
Education, gaps in healthcare, gaps in humanitarian services. They're in the guise of addressing issues to do with human rights, issues to do environmental protection and social justice. They are coming in claiming that they are introducing grassroots initiatives that are going to help the people and trying to use that as a way to go into the more part about it. They're talking about government advocacy. When you look at it and it all looks really good, but they're actually wood in shit stories. They are using that open access, sounding humanitarian, constantly destabilize government. I can tell you right now, the majority of African people, and not just African leaders, but leaders in the developing world, are celebrating the exit of USAID. I was listening to a program, I believe it was CNN, and I was jumping up and down. It was a government official from Hungary. defense statement is that they are happy. USAID is moving forward because they are always supporting opposition. Their form of government advocacy is supporting whoever can keep the government change.
The message that I don't think many Americans hear. I think many Americans believe, many believe that AID essentially set up a philanthropic agency for dealing with the HIV/AIDS crisis, dealing with the instabilities in the region, dealing with infrastructure. You're saying that mentally.
A major agenda. Major agenda. The majority of some of the workers, now the African side workers in Australia, but quite a few of them are also operatives who are their major agenda is to destabilize government, destabilize if you think about it, there are sources of filling in the gaps in healthcare education. Question, show me one country that USAID was in and education is in. Show me one country where USAID was in and healthcare is in. The social services they are bringing, the American taxpayer needs to know.
I think that's the key. That's the key to it right there. All that money being spent and nothing has changed. No improvements on healthcare, no improvements on education, no improvements on anything that it's supposed to be going towards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what's that old saying? You could feed them or you could show them how to fish, kind of thing.
Well, I don't think that that's what the money's going towards. That's what I would be. If I would be a man, although we're spending a whole shit ton on our education, and it's gotten worse since we started spending a ton of money on it. So the more we spend, the worse it gets. And I don't think any of it gets to like actually educating the kids. Personally, that's my theory on it anyway.
Well, for years I've been bitching about that lotto money. Remember how that was supposed to go straight to the schools and stuff?
Didn't that build all the schools though? Like how they built all these new schools? Isn't that how they did it? Was with lottery money or no?
I don't know.
I thought that's what it was.
Even so, that's a fraction. That ain't. It's nothing.
No, yeah. I don't know. They built a lot of schools. I mean, just in Lorraine, they built a lot of schools. They built a lot of schools. That's not nothing. And they built a union.
That's nothing. Look at all the money they make in lotto. Come on.
No, you're right. They make there's a shit ton of money being made in
there was
lotto.
So many, what I say about 5 years ago or something, there was problems with the remember they were stopping the sports for some reason, the funding. And,
they do that in your school districts. They do that they do that like in a district so that they can raise your taxes is what they do. They threaten you and then they raise your.
Yeah, but ain't that all that? Like kids,
that happened to me with was it Lexa? I think it was like pay to play ended up happening where we had to pay. And then they took the busing away when Alexa was in high school.
So all that lotto money, you know how much people spend in lotto? Jesus.
Yeah, who knows?
There ain't like they had kids fundraising for their uniforms and shit. You remember all that?
Yeah.
I'm like, why? Mm-hmm. You know how much money this lotto done got from them? That's where the profit was supposed to go.
Yeah, I mean you're right. I don't disagree with you on that one. That's for sure. That's a. I mean, I like that idea anyways. Better is making lottery instead of tax dollars pay for stuff. But I mean,
that's the profit.
They're doing both, and they still ain't got nothing right.
Right. Guys like both of us smoke. Shit, we paid for that. What?
Oh, they're going to raise that again too.
They already did.
No, they're about to again.
Okay. But what I'm saying is, where's all that tax money going? There's a lot of taxes on cigarettes.
They want to raise the tax money. They want to raise the taxes on cigarettes to pay for some stuff for the schools. I swear to God. It's
ridiculous.
DeWine just said something about it in his last State of the State.
I'll quit smoking.
He wants to raise the gambling that they have now. What is that? Sports betting. He wants to raise a tax on sports betting and cigarettes. And the sports betting, he wants to build, I think, stadium with it or something. And then the other one, he wants to do for the kids' schools or whatever.
He needs a new pool. That's all it is.
Who, DeWine?
Yeah.
Does he have a pool? I don't even know.
No, that's why. No, I'm just talking shit.
Yeah, they're planning on raising it again for sure. Because I say there's that, and then there's the age verification. Did I send you that?
Yeah, that's stupid.
So Ohio wants to put it up where you have to actually, if you want to look at porn, you'll have to actually send them your photograph of your actual ID.
Yeah, that's crazy.
To be able to look at pornography on the
I got enough saved up. I don't need to look at it. I got my own files.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you better start downloading now, people, because you're gonna have to give your driver's license to look at Pornhub. That's crazy, dude. I mean, I get we don't want teenagers to do it. I mean, I understand that to some degree. I don't know what you do about kids with phones. I don't know what the hell you do with that.
Kids with phones. It doesn't. You know what? Pornhub is one thing. You know what I'm saying? There's so many out there. It doesn't matter.
No, it's not just porn. It's all pornography sites.
Good
it's
luck.
not just Pornhub.
That ain't gonna happen. They're the main branches of it's gonna be blocked, but they'll get the other ones.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. I don't know how it works. I don't even know how they can make like one state make that rule. Like I don't even understand, but they must be able to do it.
I'm sure they're able
because they definitely do it in countries.
I do not believe that that's going to stop anything. One kid will find another one that just the whole world will know. You could go to this one.
Yeah, I guess once they figure it out, there'll be some incognito site or something.
That's like everything. They counteract everything.
Well, they want, like, that's the other thing he wants to do, too, that he was saying at the State of the State. He wants to take the kids, he wants to make a law where kids can't have their cell phones at school.
I don't care. I don't got no kids in school.
I do. And I'll tell you what, until you can make sure the guns aren't in school, I want my kid to have a cell phone if I want him to. That's up to me as a parent.
But that was
still like.
No, I think school's education. I don't think it. I don't know.
Not if there's shooters could come in.
We didn't have phones in school. They didn't have them back then.
We didn't have shooters in school either.
Yeah, there was.
Where?
There was shooters back then.
Columbine wasn't until 99.
There wasn't none before that?
I mean, there might have been, but it wasn't nothing like Columbine.
Well, how many has there been since?
No, I can't count. I only have so many fingers and toes.
I'm just saying, it's not.
There's mass amounts every year. It's numbing because now it'll be. I think there was one I just saw on the news the other day, a mass shooting in New Mexico or something, and that just glazed over like, oh, another one, and just glazed over like it was nothing. I mean, it's.
So you don't think these kids are being a little ridiculous at schools with phones?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I think that maybe there should be somehow that something can be done, but at the same time, like I want my kid to be able to, if something happens, I want to get a hold of them if something happens.
What's that going to do?
I don't know. I want to know he's okay. It'll make me feel better.
I think there'll be panic buttons in the building. It'll be better than letting the kids have.
I think if you're going to do that, I'm fine. Take their cell phones, but put metal detectors up. I don't care. I don't see why we don't have metal detectors at school, anyways.
Well, apparently the kids having all them phones are a problem.
It is?
I guess if they want to eliminate them.
Well, that's just about distraction, though.
Well, they're there to learn.
It's not about hurting people. It's about this.
I don't know. I'm getting into that.
I don't know I don't know, but I don't know that I like the idea of them telling them no to the phones. At the core, I believe in it. Yeah, the kids don't need to have their phone in school. And at the core, I would tell Dylan, you don't use your phone when you're in school. Keep it in your backpack or whatever. You know what I mean? It don't come out. And Dylan's a pretty good kid where he would listen. Not all kids are like that.
That's what I'm saying. But you're judging the rest of the kids on him. I'm like, them other kids they don't give a shit.
But I get that. But man, I mean, you get to school, you're going to get the phones out to get the damn guns. Make sure they can't get it. I still put metal detectors in schools. Oh, well, period. Just put them in there. Let's be done with it. Either that or arm your teachers, which I'm okay with that too. Teachers can carry. I'm okay with that. I think that's fine. I've always been good with that. I've said that since Columbine.
I think they should have training, and
they're not running up in the fucking police station shooting. Why? Because they're armed. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's what I've always said. That I've always said that. I've definitely always thought that. I mean, that was literally from the time that Columbine happened, I was like, yeah, screw that. You know what I mean? Just let the teachers carry guns in the school. That's how I feel about it. And that, you know, and then I don't know what their argument would be against that. I can't see any argument against that.
I'm sure they made a lot of changes since then on the security of the schools, like the doors locking, you know, really hard to get in. I don't know.
I don't think they have. Not that I know of.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm aware of, anyways. I mean, especially when it's a student. You know, that's the problem. Like that, like even Amanda's like, the student goes through the protocol. She always says that. Like, she always tells Dylan that. Like, you just run and hide. I don't care what they tell you, because the student knows what they told you, because he took that too. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole scary part about that. Like, the actual shooter that comes in has typically been through the whole protocol. He knows what the protocol is. He knows where everybody's going and what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's a adult coming in that doesn't know anything and didn't go to the, you know what I mean? They were all in the same program. So that's the danger of it. Speaking of school, did you see that the teacher?
No.
We got another creepy teacher. Where's she at? Let me go find her. She is, she was she's a junior high. It's a junior high teacher. And she's a little bit creepy. She was banging junior high students.
Another one, huh?
Junior high students. But here's the weird part. They had a gangbang with scream mask on.
She's going to do them sign.
Well, I mean, what's the point of the scream mask? Is she like, she's obsessed with the movie or something?
I guess.
She's dreaming that it's, what's his name? I forget their names. I mean, what is that about? The scream mask? I don't get the scream mask part. I don't understand it. I'm so confused by that one. That one, it just makes no sense.
What state was that in?
I don't even know. I just seen it and started laughing. A gangbang with the scream mask. I'm like, what the hell?
You're gonna mention stuff and not have like the state.
That's enough to know. That's just enough to know. I thought it was local though, honestly. I really do. I think it was local. I'd have to look into it, but I think it was local. I cannot remember. But yeah, that's pretty weird. Fucking scream masks. Scream masks while you're banging junior high kids. Ay, ay, ay. Did you see the Canada thing where they're pulling all the liquor and the beer?
That's old, yeah.
Yeah, except there's a new thing on it. They're starting to find out that most of what they're pulling is manufactured in Canada. The barley's from Canada, the freaking manufacturing. Yeah.
Yeah, they made that big old public stand.
Yeah,
We're pulling it, and they're showing them pulling them off the shelves. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Decision to pull American brands like Coors and Budweiser from distribution in the province doesn't make sense to Canada's brewing industry. Shocked to see that, at least for the beer business, they were all made in Canada by Canadian workers. Barley grown in Saskatchewan. So it was quite shocking. I think this was a misstep. Earlier, the Saskatchewan government removed American-produced alcohol from distribution. Now it's removing about 50 American.
So, if anybody wants to know why Trump's putting tariffs, this is why Trump's putting tariffs. They tried to pull American products off their shelf, and they're made there. None of them are American products. This is ridiculous, dude. This is the reason solely that tariffs have become what they've become. It's absolutely ridiculous to think that they can't even pull American products off their shelves because they're actually manufactured there. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Shay says she can't hear the videos.
Oh shit.
She's got to turn it up louder. It's probably there. It's just light. I don't know why that comes in so light. I try to figure that out or try to make that come in louder, but it doesn't. The mics, everything's punched in there. It just turns in lower. I noticed that. It's not just our podcast. I noticed that on like Rogan's podcast. Everybody, when they play videos from the computer, it doesn't come out as loud as the microphones do. It's probably set up that way, like in the system, so that you can speak over them or something. I would say just turn your speakers up, Shay. But anyways, yeah, so they can't pull products without killing their own workforce. And nothing's made. Did you see the whole thing about the T-shirt? Somebody was trying to have a T-shirt made in America T-shirt. They could not find anything, not one.
Is that true?
That was true. Yeah, they were looking. They did a whole thing trying to. I forget, it was all American products is what they were doing, but the T-shirt was the start of it. They wanted to have a made in America T-shirt, essentially, that was just made in America. They could not find even a blank T-shirt, nothing. Not one shirt made in America. Not one. There's nothing made here anymore. It's sad, but it's the way it is. Right there proves it. Beer and liquor, American made, not American made at all. It's all Canadian. You think you're drinking Canadian, whiskey at some point and American whiskey at another point, and it's all just Canadian. Sad. That's crazy. I say tariff away, Mr. Trump. Have at it. Give them tariffs till they fucking start building the shit right here in America again. That's all I say. That's what I say. But what do we do about T-shirts and stuff? Nobody wants to go work in a T-shirt shop. That can't be much money.
There's all kinds of factories people ain't gonna want to work in.
What do you mean?
Pick and choose. Huh?
What do you mean?
Just like you said, who wants to go work at a T-shirt factory?
Well, what's the money going to be
That's
for
what I'm
working
saying.
in a T-shirt factory? But I don't know, though. With the automation now, you could probably pay pretty good because,
There's not going to be too many
they're just
employees.
running. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's more of a problem as the future goes anyways, because if we've given up all of our manufacturing for cost of labor, and then labor doesn't become a factor, now we don't have any of the manufacturing. That doesn't make sense. And how is it that Elon Musk is building Teslas in America, all American made? He's like the only truly American made car there is out there. He's way more, I think he's like 90-something% is American made. How is he the only one? I think the other cars on average, it's like 50% American parts. Half and half. Which I understand. There's nothing wrong with buying parts overseas and they can make their money and this and that. But to give away everything? Why give away everything? It just doesn't make sense to me. Especially beer. American beer? Really? How can you even be claimed to be American beer?
Everything's claimed to be American and it's not.
And then you get these old timers that go, oh, it doesn't taste like it used to. It really doesn't. It's not made in the same place. Laverne and Shirley is not there no more.
The glove ain't going down the street.
No, hell no. It's in Canada.
Them younger ones don't know what the hell we're talking about.
I don't think we have a young crowd anyways. I don't think our basis is a young crowd. Laverne and Shirley. I used to love that show. Did you like that show when you were a kid?
It was all right.
I love that show. With what was
Lenny
the name?
and Squeaky.
He'd bite on his hand whenever somebody came by. That was cute. Yeah, he was pretty funny. Lenny and Squeak. Wasn't that a spinoff of Happy Days?
Yeah, there was a couple spinoffs of Happy Days.
Yeah, Happy Days was there? What was the other one?
Shit, I think that was the one that had the most spinoffs, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, Ponch or what was that? What was that one? His nephew and the girl went on their own and had a show.
Oh, Joni and Chachi.
Yeah, that was a spinoff.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that makes sense.
There was a bunch of them off that show. I think that was the show that had the most spinoffs.
I wouldn't doubt it. That was a popular show. That That was everything when I was a kid. When I was little, like that was the coolest thing in the world. I'd see my dad when I was a little boy. I'd be, hey, with my little thumbs up.
Yeah, don't do that again.
Hey. And now all of the lunch bunch thinks that they're the Fonz because they all do this for pictures. Like they're the Fonz. So did you see what Slovakia did?
Look it.
Okay,
Laverne and Shirley, Mork and Mindy.
Oh, Mork and Mindy?
Yeah. And then, yeah, that's true because that's where he first was.
Mork and Mindy. I forgot about that.
And, let's see what else. Well, that's it, I think. Oh, wait a minute.
We just said Chachi and Joni.
Laverne and Shirley, Mork and Mindy. Mm-hmm.
We just said that, right? Chachi and Joni, was that on there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right.
What was Joni and Chachi?
Joni and Chachi, same thing.
Laverne and Shirley and Mork and Mindy.
That's weird. I had no clue. And the Fonz wasn't in any of them.
No. He probably had guest appearance on some of them.
Oh, I'm sure he did. Yeah, I'm sure he did. Hell, he had guest appearances on Scream. I wonder if he was at this junior high party. Oh man. Ugh.
Oh, you know what? Other shows got a lot of spinoffs is Yellowstone, right?
Is it?
Well, you got Yellowstone, the 18 or whatever the hell it is.
I don't know. I've never even watched Yellowstone. I couldn't even get into it. When I first tried to watch it, I couldn't get into it. The first, I guess it maybe is the first show. I really couldn't get into it. I mean, I kind of want to because it seems like it's got to be good. Everybody likes it.
Oh, yeah.
But I tried to watch that first show, and it was just not doing it for me.
The 4 6s, you got 18.
What's the 4 6s?
I guess it's a new one off the, it's that ranch or something. The one that guy got all them horses.
I don't know nothing about that.
Well,
you know, the problem is too with some of these new ones. It's just you can't just go watch a show. You have to go sign up for a fucking network just to watch it, or a streaming service just to watch that show. You know what I mean? And then the next one comes out, and you got to sign up for that streaming service. Next thing you know, you got $800 in streaming services to watch the shows you want to watch, and sports if you want to watch, like basketball. The NBA keeps complaining that they can't, that they don't, the viewership's down. Well, broadcast the shit where everybody can watch it. I mean, it like right now, most of the Cavs games and stuff, I had to go pay for FUBU to be able to even watch the Cavs games because they're just not on the other streaming services that I have already. And that doesn't, I mean, why? What's the point of that? I mean, somebody's got to fix that. That whole thing has to come to an end. That's worse than... That's probably one of the worst things that has happened to television because cable was getting outrageous. Then it went to streaming services. And now the streaming services are just a hot mess. It's like cable on steroids because you're limited and each streaming service has their limitations, And I would think that like an Amazon Prime could come in and just take it over because most people are paying for Amazon Prime anyways. Because if you pay for Amazon Prime, you get free delivery or whatever.
There's so many it's crazy.
Yeah, there's so many. I mean, you got to pay for Paramount, you got to pay for Disney, you got to pay for Max, you got to pay for, I don't know, all the different ones, FUBU or FOBO or whatever it is. FOBU or whatever. It doesn't make sense. And then they want to know why the streaming is down. I know of people that are like, yeah, I don't know where to watch it. Like that want to watch, especially in Cleveland right now. You want to watch the Cavs. They're killing it. They're 13 games away. They go 12-1. I think they have to go 12-1 or 11-1, something like that, to tie for the best record ever for the Cavaliers. Mm-hmm. They're killing it right now. But you can't get them on TV. You know what I mean? Because they're not streamed on whatever streaming service you have. You have to have this specific one. Stupid. Doesn't make sense to me. What else you got? You got anything else? Nothing else? That was it? You got a lot of shit done around here yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
What was that about? You just got a hair up your ass and started fixing shit?
No, I'd go to fix one and somebody say, hey, this is broke over here. I'm like, okay. Then I go over there and, hey, this is broke over here. I'm like, oh my God, all right. So just fixing everything.
Yeah, you're just running around all over the place yesterday. I'm like, what the hell is he doing over there?
I got a lot of shit fixed.
Yeah, a lot of it's fixed. Hopefully it's fixed.
No, it's fixed. I did it.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah,
Typically,
okay.
once you fix it, I have to go back and fix it.
No, oh, okay. Mr. Drano.
I'll put Drano in it every time. Drano's some killer shit. There's nothing wrong with Drano.
Drano was not fixing that. I promise.
How? What is in that 1.5 inch fucking pipe
That was clogging it?
that's got ice melting into it only? What was it?
I don't understand it, and I'm going to say it, and you're going to be like, yeah, fucking straws.
How are straws getting down there?
Yeah, even if it falls in the ice, how is it going to go in that little ass hole? But that's what it was. It was a bunch of straws.
How are straws going to get down there? Drano will melt straws, by the way.
Yeah, how long?
It'll happen. It'll pop open and it'll melt. It'll melt them for sure, 100%.
Okay.
So Drano would have worked.
Yeah, it'd probably still be working right now because it would have still been
No, it don't
clogged.
take that long.
Them straws, them little red ones,
It's
there
like
was
an
on.
hour and it'll be melted. They'll be soft and down the drain.
Okay, well, it's fixed.
1.5 inch pipe. Be right down the drain.
We couldn't get that big snake.
But why are
through
they
there.
getting in there though? How are they getting in there?
That's what I'm saying. How in the hell is that thing going down? A little hole like this, straight down.
Well, it's got to get through. First of all, it'd have to fall in the ice, get through all the ice,
and go straight down a little hole.
go straight down that little hole. Like, how is that even possible?
I don't know, but there was probably 7 of them in there.
What the hell?
And then I just took the whole piece outside and dumped
And
it
that's
out.
all new plumbing. It's not like that's from before I had it.
Right.
I put that in only, 4 years ago? Whenever I put that new cooler in out there.
Yeah.
So 4 years ago, 5 years ago, something like that. 4 years ago. It was 2020, I think.
There's all kinds of shit in there.
2021. It was 2021.
But
4
anyways,
years
it's
ago.
all cleaned out. It's good to go. The bathroom door, that was pretty funny. That was weird.
I don't understand how that came loose. I can't figure that out. Like, what would cause that to come loose?
I don't know, but it's like, what the hell? I'm watching videos. I'm like, how the hell does this thing come apart? Me and Bert's looking at it. And then I use my little ingenuity.
Your ingenuity?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean YouTube?
No, I didn't use that. Ain't how I got it out.
That's not? I'm pretty sure it is.
I'm positive it ain't.
Here's something we haven't talked about on here yet. You want to see this? I think I showed it to you already.
Probably not.
This is a couple of doors down from my house. This is this deer playing soccer with the kids.
Yeah, I seen it.
How crazy is that?
That's cool.
It is cool. I mean, no fear. But the key is, look at the side of this deer. See it? It's got a gunshot in it already. Not on that side. It's on the other side. Right there. See it? It's been shot already. And the only reason I even knew to look for that gunshot was because when I was talking to Jim down at the gas station, he's telling me that Daniel that works for him, Daniel pulls up the video, this same deer in his yard with that same gunshot, and his like little son's like petting him. Like the deer has no fear for people, and it's already got gunshots in it. You would think that would make you afraid of people. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that's pretty cool, though. It's pretty.
Oh, yeah, that's cool shit.
It is really cool. I've never seen nothing like that. Like, it's literally just playing ball with the kids. It's wild. It's a pretty bizarre video for cool factor, I think, anyways.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's cool. But Bash on the Bay is out. They said what they're going to do now for Bash on the Bay. So it's going to be, let's see where it's at. Bash on the Bay. I had it somewhere over here, but I don't see it now. Where the heck did I put it at? So I don't have no information without that. Oops.
I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. What is that?
Bash on the Bay? That's that concert I go to almost every year, actually. I go to the concert with the airport at Put-in-Bay. So they'll do. I have an image of it. Is that it right there? Yeah, here it is right here. So it's August 13th and 14th. They closed down the airport at Put-in-Bay. And this year it's going to be Luke Bryan and then Sam Hunt. And they do it. It's cool, though, when they do it. They close down the whole airport, set up the stage as a 2-day event, midweek, like usually Wednesday, Thursday, probably is what it is now. I'd have to look see where August 13th and 14th is. But yeah, it's also going to have Ashley McBride, Russell Dickerson, Brett Michaels. I'll be there for almost every time I'm there, so I would assume I'm going to make it there this time. You want to spend the money on the good tickets, though, when you go there. Because if you don't, it's just not worth it. Like, even, like, I had, like the better tickets, but not VIP. And you barely could see the stage the way it was. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to spend the money on a VIP. But at that point, then you're close. That's where I seen Jelly Roll last year. And Oliver Anthony. That's where I seen him at. That was there last year. Kind of a cool thing. That's pretty sweet. Probably one of the coolest ways to go see a concert. You know what I mean? You're on the island kicking it. They usually, and a lot of times you see them out and about on the island.
Maybe you'll see a shuttle landing or something.
The shuttle is out of service.
Oh, okay.
The shuttle's out of service. It's all about Musk now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The Disney Channel.
The Disney. Did you really believe that wholeheartedly?
That's fake?
Yeah.
That video was.
No, come on.
Okay.
What makes you say that?
Oh my God. It's the most perfect thing ever.
Just because the parachutes landed perfectly?
Yeah.
That makes it the whole thing fake because the parachutes did exactly what they were supposed to do.
Exactly what they were supposed to do.
Yeah. What makes that? That's crazy.
Gravity had no effect. It was just weird.
Well, gravity has
and then
little effect. I mean, the parachute's point is to slow down gravity.
All right, anybody listening and watching yourself, tell me if that don't look too perfect. And then the fucking dolphins at the end, come on. Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's not like the dolphins were jumping and saving them. It's not like Flipper was there freaking pulling them out of the freaking spacecraft.
You see Aquaman on top riding the dolphins and shit. Get the fuck out of here. That shit was crazy.
You really believe it wholeheartedly.
That's fake as fuck.
No, you're crazy.
Okay.
You just hate Elon Musk?
No.
It seems like you do.
What I was like excited to see.
Pretty anti.
No, I watched that video and then I seen that little Disney logo. And then and then you got the fucking.
It was in Florida.
Yeah, SpongeBob in the background. Hey. Nah, fuck.
SpongeBob isn't Disney, is he?
He was in the video. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, come on. That shit looked fake as fuck.
I don't know about that one. I was all about that.
It kind of got that glitch of AI in it. Just the way I see it, looks like a glitch of AI. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks right to me.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, the whole video, when you watch the whole thing as it's coming in, the only thing I don't understand is like the parachutes. How do they? And I'm assuming it's engineering. I don't know, but how do the parachutes not crash?
So you got a little doubt, is what you're saying?
No. I just wonder how they do it. I think engineering. I
think AI is how.
No,
shit.
Those poor parachutes, the way they are. I mean, I see that they're tilted, so I'm assuming that that's the way they're able to do it is because they're tilted. But I don't understand how they don't get tangled up. There's 4 of them like that coming off of one vessel.
And they got that nice little perfect little gap in between them when they're coming down.
Yeah. I don't know how they don't get tangled up.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. That part of it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, I call that great engineering is what I call that.
It's like elimination of gravity in the AI.
No, come on. You got to have engineering. Engineering works. It's not the first time double parachutes have come out.
That wasn't double, it was triple.
It was quadruple, actually.
Maybe, there you go.
Yeah, it was 4 of them.
And they didn't touch each other. They were just perfectly coming out.
They did touch a little bit here and there, but they didn't like tangle up or.
Look at the way
it was wild too. Like when it first ejects, they look like elongated, you know. And as it slows down, that's when they opened up. Which you would think that they would. Which I mean, if they didn't, I would imagine that would be an abrupt stop. So I guess that's probably what caused it, I would imagine.
It looked fake to me.
How would you like to frickin' be coming down? I mean, how fast are they going?
16.
No. I'm talking about when they eject the parachutes.
Oh, no.
I think it's like I forget what it is. Like,
But it slowed it down to 16 before
16 before it hit the water.
Right.
Yeah. So how would you like that? Like you're coming down like at that speed, and then it's like the parachutes is what you got to rely on. There's a little nerve wracking, isn't it?
Not in the AI world.
You just don't believe it at all.
Fuck no. Look
So
at
where do you think these people were for the last 9 months?
I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the landing and all that shit. I ain't talking about maybe they was up there or whatever. I don't know. I'm talking about that video.
Well, how did
them
they
landing.
get back if they didn't just land whenever we watched them land?
What are you talking about?
Well, if you believe they were up there, but you don't believe that's how they landed?
I didn't say I believe they was up there. I just said I ain't even talking about that. I'm talking about the landing shit. That's all I'm talking about.
No, I think they were. I think it was just normal
I think
landing.
it was
I don't know where.
Beautiful landing.
I think you really hate Elon Musk.
No.
I really do. It feels.
Well, that's what you believe.
It feels as if there's
I've
some
never said
hatred
that,
there.
so I don't know what you're talking about. But anyways,
You have never said it, but you have on multiple occasions have said some things that make you wonder. You know what I mean?
what, that I don't think he should be in that position? Yeah, I've said that multiple times.
Yeah,
And that landing looked amazing.
it did. That's my whole point.
Yeah, it looked amazing.
He did a good job.
Yeah, great.
So what about the rocket catching the rocket?
Catching
The
the rock.
arms that catch the booster?
That's a whole nother subject.
You don't believe that either?
Hell no.
You hate Elon Musk.
That shit looks fake too.
You gotta hate him.
It looks fake.
But he doesn't do anything that's real. Are Teslas real?
Real junk.
You definitely hate Elon Musk. Why do you hate Elon Musk?
I don't listen.
Is that your
let me
alpha?
say- let me-
you mad because
let
he's
me
the
say-
alpha dog and you want to be the alpha dog?
He ain't no alpha dog.
He's definitely the alpha dog.
How?
He's banging all the hottest chicks and he has like 13 kids.
Because he got money. That doesn't.
That makes you the alpha dog.
No.
Whether you believe it or not, it makes you the
No,
alpha
it
dog.
don't.
Sure it does.
No, it don't. Anyways, we're talking about that fucking landing. That landing is fake. Look at the way the parachutes land in the water. Just like,
Well, how do you think a parachute?
Not
Don't
like
you
that.
remember in school when we did it? We would do the parachute in the classroom. It didn't just fall to the ground.
you just said yourself how the parachutes didn't look like when they opened up. They was like, how did they get that gap in between them?
Well, that's what I said. I'd like to know the engineering behind
Yeah.
it. I would like to know the engineering behind it, but I do believe that engineering was part of it.
You question why it didn't go together?
I questioned how they did it. I didn't question if it was real or not. I could see that they're tilted. So clearly the tilt of it is pulling them away from each other. I get that. I understand that concept. But how do they make sure of it? Like, what's the perfection of that? You could see that the parachutes are angled. When they're coming down, they're not 4 of them flat like this. They're like this all the way around it. You know what I mean?
Perfect, yeah.
So they're pulling away. Well, I mean, you would design it perfectly. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Why would you not design it perfectly? I was shocked about the bilge pump. That's what shocked me. Because it's got to be air conditioning. It's got to be what it is. I don't understand because I saw water pumping out of it, like through the bilge. But I got to believe that capsule is sealed airtight. That's watertight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would think that it has to be. So it's got to be air conditioning or something. What was the bilge pump is what I want to know. I don't understand the bilge pump that was in the because
maybe like you said before. Remember when it was coming in? And it was probably like some kind of cooling system, so because it was coming in hot. All right.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a cooling system. I don't know. But regardless,
But how does the cooling system cool itself off in space if water is the way it does it here? Why, I don't. I'm confused. I don't understand.
maybe it's some kind of freon, and when it was in the air, it produced moisture. I don't know.
I don't, because my boat is like that. Like if the air conditioning on my boat You know, out here it uses air, pulls through the fins or whatever. On your boat, it sucks water out of the lake, and then it recycles it and spits it back out, and that's how it cools the fins in a boat. And that's what it looks like it might have been. It's either that or it's a bilge pump, but if it's not watertight, how does that happen? I mean, it's got to be watertight if it's airtight, right?
That shit.
Yeah, you know about parachutes.
I don't know about parachutes. I know about gravity. I fell plenty of times. The fuck?
So, because you fell a couple times, you think that's
how everybody learns gravity. You learned gravity like that too.
Are you sure it wasn't?
I'm positive you learned gravity like that.
I think that's wrong. I think that Newton, when he discovered gravity, I think it was because an apple fell out of a tree and hit him.
That's bullshit too.
No, what do you mean? That's the known. That's
okay.
You're down to all history now.
Yeah. Now listen, I ain't say how it was discovered in the world before we was born. I'm talking about you. How did you discover it?
I don't know. Falling? It just was always there, as far as I know.
You fell when you was a baby. Boom. And you said, "Oh, well, I ain't gonna do that again because you're gonna fall." So that's learning about gravity.
I guess. I maybe. I don't know if that's how I learned.
That's exactly how you learn.
You don't
that's how
know
everybody
that.
knows.
Newton did it because an apple fell out the tree.
And when he was a baby, he fell before too. So he knew about it before that.
That's not what he claims. Well, it was the apple. I think it was an apple, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that's all bullshit.
Oh, man.
But look.
You just hate Elon Musk.
No, listen.
That's all there is to it.
Nah, I hate Newton too, right?
It sounds that way, maybe.
He fell too. That's how he learned about it. He didn't write it down till that apple hit him on his head. But he knew about it before that. He knew about it before everybody did.
I don't know about that one. You just, I mean, I guess you knew you can't stand up, but you didn't know that
if you rolled to the edge of the couch and you fell off and bumped your head, the next time you got on that couch, you wasn't rolling towards that edge.
Did they know?
That's learning about gravity.
How did they figure out that they weren't going to have gravity when they got in space? How did they know that?
Yeah, that's all bullshit.
How did they know that? That's what I want to know. How did they know?
So the first time somebody went up, they was like, wait a minute, there ain't no gravity. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, or so, I mean, they probably sent something. I'm sure they sent something without humans in it first.
The monkeys and all that bullshit.
Oh, I think just cargo even, maybe. You know what I mean? Just something. Who knows what it was.
Equipment to...
Yeah, whatever. I mean, I whatever it was. But, yeah, I mean, how did they know? I wonder when they first figured that out. Like, how did they know that? I'm curious. I don't know how they would know that.
I don't know. You're going too deep for me. All I said was that shit looked fake. That's all.
I thought that Elon Musk did an amazing job bringing back our astronauts that were stuck in space because of a failed technology. Okay. Why did they get rid of the space shuttle, though? I don't get why they're getting rid of the space shuttle. And he keeps talking about being reusable, his rockets. Wasn't the space shuttle was reusable? I don't understand.
Are you kind of down a little bit?
Well, I just don't understand where the walking away from the space shuttle happened. Why did that happen?
I don't know. I'm sure he'll explain it to you. Call him up.
And we had a nice, like it landed like an airplane.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't get that. I don't understand why we walked away from that. And then now we're going back to like the rockets. 60s when we're dropping them into the, you know what I mean? I don't get it. Well, I know he's trying to do something different. He's not trying to go to the moon. He's trying to go to Mars.
Let's go to the moon first.
He says we've been there already.
He's full of shit.
I don't know. You're on that too. You don't believe that the moon's that the landing happened?
Hell no.
I don't know how I feel about it. I really don't. I really don't. I know we've been there. I mean, I know our machines have been there. I don't know if people have been there.
I don't even know if that's true.
Oh, no, you can see them in a telescope that they're up there now. We've left them behind. But, and that same with Mars. We have equipment there. We've got equipment there. It's just not people there that have to breathe and survive or whatever. But the moon, like people saying that you landed on the moon, there's a lot of people with you on that one. I don't know how to feel about it. I know there's a chance we went to the moon. This is my theory. My theory is we went to the moon. But
was it when they said?
Right. And the videos that we seen, were they actually on the moon? Because that like, you watch that hose that's coming out of there, that's like, you've seen
There's
that, right?
so many different.
And it's definitely looks like gravity's affecting that hose. 100%. It looks like gravity's affecting that hose. And does the moon have any gravity? That's the other question. The moon may have some gravity. I don't know.
Well, they said that
Space doesn't, but does the moon have a little bit?
apparently, because if they jump up, they come back down. So it's got to have some.
Well, then that would explain the hose then being pulled down.
But they saying that because of the gravity, the least amount of gravity, that them Jeeps, how they drive and shit, they show the Jeeps going.
Yeah.
They said that wouldn't work. The wheels would just spin. There was no, you know what I'm saying?
The Land Rovers or whatever.
Yeah, they wouldn't move.
Yeah,
They
I
would
was
just
wondering
spin.
about that, like with
I don't know about all that shit.
because they had that on. They addressed some of that on that movie, The Armageddon. Remember, they had like something that like somehow, I forget what it was. Somehow it kept it gravitated to the ground when they were on the meteor or whatever.
Yeah, because that was a movie.
I get it, but that's, you know.
Just like that landing.
He hates Elon Musk. I don't understand, man. You should get on the Elon Musk bandwagon, man. He's a good dude.
Oh, yeah.
He's just trying to do the right thing for, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really believe that
Okay.
wholeheartedly.
Believe what you want.
I think he's trying to do the right thing. He's a good dude. Mm-hmm. What about Trump? You hate Trump too?
I ain't said nothing about nobody. I just said about the landing. That's what I said. You changing shit around.
No, I'm just saying that it seems like you specifically attack the things that Elon Musk does. What about that Starlink? You don't like that either?
I don't like none of that shit.
You hate Elon Musk.
Open that up a little bit.
You just hate Elon Musk. That's all there is to it. You hate him. I don't get why though.
You put words in my mouth. Do however you want. I don't care. That ain't
I'm
what I
not
said.
putting words in your mouth. You hate everything about a man. That means you hate the man.
No, it doesn't. I don't know him. How can I hate him?
Well, I mean, everything that he's done, you dog every bit of everything.
It started off by me saying that landing looked weird to me. It looked AI. It looked too perfect. And then when the dolphins came up, that really made me feel that it was fucking fake. That has nothing to do with the man.
Now you got me freezing in here with this stupid window.
Well, it looks like like we're on fire in here.
It's all right. I don't care. I don't care if we got smoke on there. Of course, they'll probably ban us from certain
Yeah.
videos for having that. TikTok's one. You know, I'll smoke on camera on TikTok.
Oh, whatever.
Why would you not allowed to do something that's legal?
That's legal. Totally legal.
It doesn't make sense to me. Why would that be?
And they're making tax money. Well, not them, but the government.
Yeah, I mean, why would that be illegal for you to do something completely illegal? Why would they be able to ban that? That doesn't make any sense. That would be like if they banned me for drinking coffee on here
Yeah.
or beer.
They get tax money on this thing. It's 100% okay.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand that one. That one doesn't make sense to me. But I gotta get my tickets to Bash on the Bay. Is all I'm excited about it. Even if you ain't, I ain't.
No, just look. And hopefully there's a landing there.
Huh?
Maybe there'll be a landing.
In Lake Erie?
Yeah.
I don't think that there's enough space to land in Lake Erie.
What are you talking about?
I think that the whole point of landing in the ocean is
The factors of
vastness that you could be off by a lot. You know what I mean? And still be safe. I mean, if you land in the middle of Lake Erie, you only got like 20 miles or something, and you could hit something. You know what I'm saying?
I just figured the way they designed them parachutes, they could design a perfectly good spot to land on.
Well, you know they're all autonomous now. That those rockets aren't driven by the crew or anything. They're literally autonomous. The whole thing is autonomous. And they said that they have to do that in the plans for going to Mars because the delay will be so, you know what I mean?
We keep talking about this thing, and look, it's very simple. That video looked fake. Period.
I disagree. I do agree that if you look at the short film, the shorts of it, yes, they can make it look fake in the shorts. I don't disagree with that. But if you watch the video of the actual landing, I don't think it looks fake. But if you watch short clips all day, yeah, it looks fake because they're only showing you the shit that looks fake. They're giving you, like you said something about the parachute spinning. The parachutes aren't spinning. They're going around it.
It's not even that.
They're slowly dropping.
That's fine. Whether the spinning or whatever. But if you look at it, it's so perfect.
Because there was a good camera guy that got the
that's what
perfect
it
shot.
was. Yeah.
That's what it was.
Okay.
That's what it was.
And the way the parachutes just landed.
They did
Then
do
the
great.
dolphins come up. Good.
You are mad that Elon Musk is perfect.
No, I'm mad that whoever fucking made that fake ass video made it too perfect.
No, come on.
Okay.
There was eyewitnesses to it.
Where? How?
There was eyewitnesses to it.
Where?
On the ships, on the shoreline.
On the ships and on the shoreline. Okay.
Well, where else could they be?
They wasn't right up to it where I was watching from the video.
Well, whoever was in the helicopter was, or the drone, maybe. It might have been a drone. I don't know if that was a drone or a helicopter. It seemed like it was awfully close to the water.
It was a computer screen that they fucking made this shit. Get the hell out of here.
Oh, man. Oh, or do you think they're going to fake going to Mars?
Fuck yeah.
You think so?
It's going to be Colorado or some desert somewhere.
It'll be
the orange background and shit.
They'll just put it in a studio.
Yeah, and then
now.
you'll see little hikers way in the back.
You probably don't even need to do that now, though. With AI, they could just AI one.
Exactly.
AI a Mars landing. There you go.
Yeah.
What was that? Wasn't there a movie that they lived on Mars or
There
something?
was so many. Matt Damon, was it Matt Damon? Yeah. He was in one.
Yeah, that's
There's
the
a
one.
couple of them, I think. Two of them that he did on Mars.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that was that's I don't understand the obsession with wanting to live on Mars. I guess if you're a science nerd, I guess that intrigues you.
Well, then let him go.
Yeah, I want a Starbucks and a Chick-fil-A, even though I don't really care for Chick-fil-A. I want to be able to. And oh, did you see the per diems they got?
For what?
The astronauts that were stuck at the space station. First of all, listen, they didn't get paid any extra money because they got stuck there, except the per diem. Except the per diem. And guess how much the per diem was? First of all, have you ever gotten per diem at any job?
No.
I did. I went to Erie, PA. I got $25 a day to go to Erie, PA, right? They got $5 to go to the space station a day. $5.
Wow.
$5 per diem they're gonna get for 9 months. That's their per diem.
Shit.
Trump said, they asked Trump, was he gonna fix that? He goes, if I have to pay for it out of my own pocket, they're gonna get more money than that.
Oh my God.
$5 a day per diem to go to the space station. You know, when I was in Erie, PA, my $25 was pretty sweet because I would go back then. You could get a McDouble for $1. So I get 2 McDoubles and a sweet tea for $1, $3. So I pocket $23. That was my day, and I didn't spend no money other than maybe cigarettes or if I went to get beer. But I wasn't even going and doing that. I was trying to like save up that per diem the most I could. You couldn't even pull that off out there. There's nowhere to go to get anything. I mean, what's the $5 for?
They couldn't go to McDonald's, okay.
You can't do nothing.
They maybe could have AI'd a McDonald's for him or something.
$5.
Shit.
I can't believe that's like the biggest slap in the face that I've ever heard. First of all, even to be $5, a per diem's got to be more than 5. You can't get McDonald's lunch for $5, and that's going to be your per diem. Per diem should at least cover lunch and dinner, right? I would think.
Yeah.
I mean, at least, and it won't even cover lunch.
I don't think I ever had what? No.
You never worked out of town?
I've worked out of town, but I never got that.
You never got per diem, really?
Well, kind of, I guess, because I'd go with Andrew O'Brien and we go do something and they'd pay for the foods and everything.
Oh, yeah. But if you work for a company and they send you out of town, you usually get a per diem of like whatever it is, $30, $20. It used to be back then 25. It might be up to 35 now. I have no idea where it's at now.
Yeah, a lot of guys, I've seen them get it and they did good on it. I never had that. I never had a job going like that.
Yeah. Well, don't take the job going to the space station because the per diem sucks.
Well, I would take it because you're just going to go somewhere else and hide and act like all this shit happened and then come out, hey, I'm back.
So you think the $5 for was because they were in Mexico
Yeah.
and it was cheap there?
They was hiding.
You really don't believe you believe the space station's there, right? And then we go there? You believe that, right?
I don't know. Never looked into it. Never even thought about it.
But how could you doubt the landing if you like you have to doubt that too then, right? Because where did they come from?
Listen, everybody doubted that what is it, the Kennedy assassin?
Kennedy assassination? Yeah, that stuff's coming out. They're releasing that right now.
Everybody that was called a conspiracy theorist and all that bullshit, guess what? They was right.
You know what's crazy is that got released on Tuesday. They released portion of it. Still not all released.
Was it the driver that shot him?
No.
Oh.
They released but that Bobby Kennedy one is kind of weird. Like I think it was the security guy, but that's a whole nother thing. They released them on Tuesday. They released 800,000 pages. Okay, 800,000 pages. And within 3 hours, people goes, no new evidence came out. Get the fuck out of here. What, he's a speed reader?
Well, they probably ran it through their AI machine.
Well, like he's the one guy I was watching, he goes, the problem with it is, there's not gonna be a smoking gun. Like, this is what happened. You're gonna have to read and see, well, what was going on? What were they looking into? What was this? Because you're gonna have to figure it out. It's not like it's gonna be a smoking gun.
I'm just gonna watch the movie.
Yeah, you got to wait till somebody else figures it. That's what I'm going to do. Wait till somebody else
is going to make a movie of it. Guarantee it.
But no,
that's a perfect opportunity to make a good movie.
There are a lot of people that say they think it was a driver, though, that hit.
I've seen that.
That's weird. I don't think that's even remotely true at all. I don't think.
Shit.
There was too many witnesses that would have saw that. There was too many witnesses to see that.
I don't know, but anyway.
Because everybody was focused there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where the gunshots were coming from the grassy knoll and behind the fence and the books. So, I mean, it's like that nobody was looking there. They were looking at Kennedy. I think you would have noticed if a gun got fired off in the car at Kennedy. But the Bobby Kennedy, like when he got shot, that, like, have you ever seen that thing with the RFK Jr. where he's talking about that? Mm-mm. He was saying that, like, the guy that did the autopsy is saying that because the shooter shot from the front in front of Bobby Kennedy, okay? The shooter shot from the front, and they can account for every bullet that he had shot, but they can't account for the ones that killed Bobby Kennedy that are in the backs, lodged in the back of him. But he said that the security guard that would have been, first of all, he said they were close range, like they had to have been like either contact shots or within a half inch, and they were upward motion shots. This was Bobby Kennedy Jr. I just saw probably like 2 weeks ago or something. Upward motion shots, point blank range. And the person that would have been in there, he said his name, I don't remember, but it was a security guard that had been hired 2 days before that. So Bobby Kennedy probably was assassinated by his own security guard, which they're supposed to release that too, I think. I think Trump said he was going to release all that stuff. But I mean, if you release that, what's not destroyed already? They destroyed some shit, right? I mean, I'm sure they did.
Yeah. Why would you keep that?
You had to have destroyed some shit. I think all they're going to pull out is like the Warren Commission shit and stuff like that. I think that's
the autopsy and all that stuff. They're going to probably release, but there ain't.
Well, the autopsy's bullshit, anyways, because they found the bullet pristine sitting on the gurney. Like, oh, okay, like nothing wrong with it. Like this pristine bullet.
I found it.
Yeah, got it. It's right here. This is the one Oswald had.
Right. Shit. I don't know. You got to understand when people don't believe shit because of that shit.
Yeah, but there's a difference. There's a difference between a lone gunman that made 3 perfect shots. Okay, he made 3 perfect shots with a bolt action rifle. Okay, on a moving target. All right.
That ain't really. They say he was a shooter, but nothing. He wasn't good.
No, in fact, Russia says he was horrible. Actually, and so some of the stuff that just came out with the
Right.
JFK files, they say that they were. I guess they were files that were out, but you had to go to the archives to see them. But now they're digital and everybody can get to them. But they said that Russia, when he was in Russia, they said he was a poor marksman. So
I remember something like that back.
Yeah.
way back that he wasn't good. So you got a moving target in a car with obstacles in the way, and you made how many good shots?
right, 3 perfect shots, and with perfect timing, was able to like load and reload and aim in record-setting timing. And by the way, you get shot by the mafia 2 days later, whatever it is. Like some mobster just shoots you and sits in a cell quiet. Okay, there's a reason to think there's a conspiracy. Are you kidding me?
Right.
I mean, how do you not doubt? You know what I mean? A mobster comes in and just shot somebody. How do you not doubt that? You have to doubt that.
Okay, let's get away from this bullshit. Now, we was working the other day together.
Yes.
You was annoying the shit out of me.
What was that?
The saw.
That's the way I do it, always.
Okay.
That's the way I always do it. That's it. So what you're talking about is trim. You trim guys. You guys are goofy like that.
We're goofy?
Yeah, you're goofy.
Okay.
There was they always say, "Well, this is how you're supposed to do it." Well, you know what? That was true before there was a compound miter saw. Now that there's a compound miter saw, it makes more sense to do it the way I was doing it.
No, it doesn't.
Unless you want to put a bigger fence on, and you know, if you were to jig it up and put a back wall on it that's 6 inches, if I'm cutting 6-inch trim, I'm not cutting it like a straight miter. I'm going to use a compound and lay it down and do it that way.
What's the purpose, though?
I get it more accurate, square. I can press down on it, make sure it's right. That cutting that, if I go to cut a square straight up and down on a miter saw, and it's against a fence, and that fence isn't perfect, then that cut isn't perfect. But if I lay it flat on the table with a backstop, I know I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. There's no chance for error. You explain to me why you would stand it up when you can't even put it on a good backstop.
Why wasn't there a good backstop? I don't understand what you're saying. Why is it bad?
Because all you had is like maybe an inch up top of the whole board. There's not enough there for a backstop, in my opinion. Not for 6-inch. Now, if you were doing 3.5, 4-inch base, okay, I would agree with you on that.
The only time I lay it down, this is my thing, and I've been doing it for a long time too. The only time I lay it down if the board's too big to get underneath that throat. That's it.
Yeah, but that's even awkward. Like getting it in there, like the way you can.
That 6-inch was too awkward to cut.
Yeah, when you stood it up,
I didn't think so.
I thought it was. You're way in the back of the saw. Like it's just, I didn't like it. No.
The way you was doing it, I was like, that's dangerous.
It's not dangerous.
Crossing your arm like that. It don't matter. I have never seen that. I've been doing it for 40 years now, at least.
Yeah, that's because you were doing it when you were using a regular miter box. Now that there's compound, you don't have to.
No, we had compounds back then. Yes, we did. Sliding compounds.
I don't know. You guys think that. Trim guys will say that till they're blue in the face, and I don't think they're right about it.
Well, there's a difference. When you're doing, especially the way we was doing it, there was 3 guys on the same saw.
But there shouldn't have been 3 guys on the same saw, but that's a whole nother issue.
Yeah.
But regardless, either way, I mean, I could cut that whole job.
I can too.
But just how I was doing it, just fine. I had no issues. My cuts were clean. Were my cuts bad? No,
Hold on, let me think.
they weren't bad.
And so it was mine?
I'm not saying yours were. I'm just saying that. My
That
cuts
slows
weren't
the whole job that way.
Not for 6-inch base. No, it didn't slow the whole job.
Yes, it does.
No, you're insane. How's it slow the job down?
So you think by grabbing it, spinning it, cutting it, and then you're unscrewing the back, tilting it down, tightening it up. And then you got to unscrew it, put it back up, tighten it back up for the next guy. You don't think that's slowing it down?
That's because of the next guy. That has nothing to do with me. If I'm just cutting, which is how it went the day before and should have went that day, it's not a problem. I don't see where you gain accuracy. I think that I'm more accurate. I feel more comfortable and accurate the way I'm doing it than what you were doing. Because the board is laying down flat. I can press it down, make sure that I'm square to the everything and press on it. Same thing if I have 4-inch trim. I would stand up 4-inch trim, 3-inch trim. I would stand that up. In fact, when I was cutting anything else, I did it that way. But that 6-inch base, to me, cuts nicer when you cut it that way. I like it much better that way. And nobody can give me an argument for not doing it that way.
It's just speed. It's a lot slower.
I don't think I was slower than anybody by any means. I don't think I was slower at all. I don't think I was slow at all. I cut that whole job up. I was slower on that job that day than I was. Me and Johnny went faster than me and you did.
Okay.
When we were doing it, and you started cutting. When me and Johnny were doing it, I just cut, and Johnny was shooting, and we did the same amount in less time because we didn't get there till 10 o'clock.
There's 3 people on that saw. That's why.
He was cutting the other day too.
That guy was.
His room, he was always doing his rooms or whatever that he was doing. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, it didn't go any. It's just me and Johnny did in less hours did the same amount of work. Well, we did the other side of the hall, but we didn't have those stairs in there to do. You know, like around where that stair one. But that didn't take up that much time. That wasn't that big of a deal. But we never walked away from me cutting, him shooting. So we didn't put an extra guy on the saw either. You know what I'm saying? Never had to do that. But anyways, yeah.
So what all did you and Johnny do?
That whole other side. We did when you walked in, there was one side that was done. The other side wasn't. Me and Johnny did the other side.
Yeah, you did it from the hallway. We went the hallway step and another room. Right? The last room we did.
Yes, I did do the last room. Yeah, you're right. I forgot I did the last room.
So it wasn't faster. It was probably...
No, it was faster because me and Johnny didn't get there till like 10 o'clock or something.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? Me and Johnny didn't get there till 10.
Yeah, and you only did one side of the hallway.
We left at 2:30, and we were done.
Yeah, and what I'm saying is you guys did one side of the hallway. We did one side of the hallway, that step area plus a room.
I get it, but we were there a lot more hours.
Okay.
We were there like 3 more hours. Seriously. No, seriously. And all bullshit aside, it went faster. It really did. But that had to do, I think that just started going smoother there. I don't know why. But that we had him on the saw, but I don't think as much.
Who?
Brian. I don't think he was on it as much as he was when me and you were on it. I think he seemed like he was doing more with it when me and you were on it.
Yeah. So if you got 3 people in line for a saw.
There shouldn't have been 3 people. It should have only been 2, but that's a whole nother story. It just should have been. I mean, I didn't gain anything from you cutting that shoe mold. I could have just cut it and been done with it. I run right through that. That's easy. That's the easy part. But I don't understand and trim guys all say that. Trim guys are constantly saying, "Oh, you have to stand it up." And
I ain't saying you have to. The only time
but trim guys do though. That is a common thing. They even said it in school. They said that you got to stand it up.
I don't understand. Like that's to me is like trying to reinvent the wheel. Everybody does it that way. I don't know why you would think it's your ways is better. I don't understand it.
I feel more comfortable with it.
Okay. Well,
especially with that guard is not a good guard on there. That guard sucks that's on there. That guard that was on there wasn't a good enough backstop on there to hold it up there. It was definitely not a good enough backstop.
It was a basic saw. I don't understand why it was. What do you mean it was?
For 6-inch base, I don't think it's big enough. Like if I were to do 6-inch base with a regular miter saw, and most people that would do it with a regular miter saw, not compound, just a regular straight miter saw, you'd put a 1x on the backstop or something that keeps it nice so you can keep it nice and flat to it. That you have literally just that one little spot that comes up I'm supposed to promise that 16-foot board way down there isn't twisting at all? How do you make sure that that's a straight cut coming down 100%?
I've never, like I said, I've been doing it for 40 years.
My cuts were all good and square. They look better than Brian's. Just saying.
Well,
He was standing his up.
That has nothing to do with it. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. That's an individual.
Yeah, I don't care for the standing that up when I don't have a big backstop. Like I said, if I was doing 4-inch base, yeah, I would have stood it up. That's how I would have
If
done
I
it.
can't get it under, the only time I do that is if it's too long to go underneath the throat of that. That's it.
Yeah. If it works that way and I'm comfortable with it, that's how I'm going to do it. And that's how I've always done it. I've done it with, and I've always had compound sliders. That's the first time I didn't have a slider, so it was a little different because I'm used to having a slider because I like the slider better than anything. I had the slider. It was just out in the truck. I didn't want to pull
I seen it yesterday. I was like, why the fuck didn't you just pull this out?
Yeah, well, because I took my blade and put it on that one. When I first got there, he had that saw, and I started cutting with it. I'm like, this blade is shit. You know what I mean? So I had a brand new blade, and that was like an 80 tooth blade. We're doing finish. It should be a 100 tooth blade, at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that.
With poplar, it should be a 100 tooth blade. Really, that's a hardwood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it made a big difference. Believe me, I put that blade on there.
That other blade was probably war.
It could, yeah, that could make a difference. But I like a 100 tooth saw blade for finish.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? 80 tooth is good for rough cutting and shit or whatever, deck boards or something.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know why everybody thinks it has to be stood up. I still don't understand it. I don't get it.
I have like 40 years. Well, who's one of the best wood guys you know?
One of the best wood guys I know? I don't know.
Don't avoid who I'm saying. You know.
I don't know.
Wouldn't you say Andrew's one of the best?
Oh, I don't know. I never really seen Andrew shit. I don't know. Honestly, I never did.
Okay.
I knew he had a shop, but if I was going to say like one of my best wood guys I know, Andrew wouldn't be in my top 5.
Okay.
But I don't know. I've never seen what he's done.
Okay, what about that one guy that I went and worked with at the cabinet shop? That one guy, that your buddy, the one that did.
Oh, he's horrible. Horrible.
Why'd you use him?
Horrible, because he's cheap.
Okay.
No, honestly, you know what? Every one of his cabinet installs, I swear to God.
No.
Mark my words. Every one of them.
I know you adjusted them. I know.
Every one of them I did.
I know. I seen it. I know what you're talking about. But the cabinets there was nothing wrong with them cabinets.
No, there was nothing wrong with the cabinets.
Okay, I'm sure he's never slid them down like that. Andrew never slid it down like that.
But he's using unisaws though, and big fucking. I mean, he's doing it different. That's a whole different game when you're talking cabinet shop. No. We're not talking about finished trim. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying that I don't think that just because everybody thinks this is how you have to do it means that's how you have to do it. That's all I'm saying. Doesn't make mine wrong. I don't think it was perfect. Everything that went in was perfect. Not perfect, but it was what it was supposed to be.
Right.
The cuts were good.
I was going to say, well, it's getting caulked. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, the cuts were good.
I don't know. I don't. That's one thing I'm just not going to agree with. I think it shouldn't be cut like that.
But you don't have a reason.
Yeah, I do. It's faster the other way.
I don't think it is.
It's way faster.
I don't think it is.
Okay.
I don't agree with you.
You don't?
I don't agree that it's faster. I don't see how you could think it was faster, personally.
Because you're unscrewing that thing every time, bringing it back up, locking it in.
Not every time.
Every time.
Not every time.
Okay, if it was set down, then I have to unscrew it and bring it back up to where I was going to use it.
See, that's where I think the difference is. I flip the board. Like if I'm doing those columns and I've got 2 miters on the outside, cut it, I flip the board. I just leave it. I don't go fucking flipping around, but you can't do that the other way. Well, you could, I guess, but who would do that? Nobody would do that.
You got a lock and handle. You just grab it and spin it. Go. It doesn't matter. Like I was just curious about why it would be that way, and I'm like, in 40 years, I ain't never seen nobody do it. But everybody else might be wrong.
No, I agree that everybody that's a trim guy thinks that's the only way you can do it.
I ain't say we.
I also agree that I've never done it any other way than the way I've done it, and I've never had a problem.
It ain't. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a problem doing it that way. I'm saying it's slower.
but it's I feel more comfortable with the accuracy of it. I don't see how you can stand that 6-inch base with a 1-inch fucking lip back here and promise me that thing is sitting straight up and down. And if it's not sitting straight up and down, it's not right. Oh well. It can't be. It's impossible. Yeah. On a straight cut maybe, but not on an angle. It can't be unless it's perfectly standing straight up. And there's no way to prove that, to set that where I feel comfortable anyway. That's what I'm saying. Like I could push it against the plate. I know it's flat against the plate.
The only way that I think you're set on saying that's good, but the only way that would, you're loosening the back, right? Now listen, you're loosening the back and you're.
Well, I don't do what you do, but okay, go ahead.
What do you mean you don't do?
Yeah, you wrench it down. I don't know why. I just tap it down taut. That's it. So it's easy for me. What you're doing is different. You go back there and crank it down. It doesn't move because it's got a lock in it.
Okay, listen what I'm saying.
There's a lock back.
You ain't let me finish what I'm saying.
Right, go ahead.
What I'm saying is, when you take that off, I don't care whether it says 0 or anything. You still got to check that with a square to make sure that blade's straight. Just because it says 0 don't mean that it's 0. You get what I'm saying?
What does that mean?
Then your cuts will be off.
Well, I already zeroed it out. What does that have to do with it?
Did you put your square on it every time?
No, the first time.
Yeah, but then you moved it after that.
It doesn't matter. You know where you're at after that. It's got locks in it, and the locks were good, so you roll with it.
That's what I'm saying. Them locks ain't good all the time. They ain't. That's why I crank it.
No, I don't think you were looking at that solver right. It's got adjustments for the locks. It has adjustments on the locks. There's adjustments on it. It goes exactly to 45, exactly to 0, exactly to 45. And if it doesn't, you adjust it. It's got a screw on it that adjusts it to put it exactly.
Yeah, but when you're bouncing that, going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
You could say the same thing about going 45 with the lock.
No,
it's the same thing. It's a lock.
No, that's totally different.
Same.
All right.
It's the same.
Right.
That's just you not trusting the tool, I guess.
I always square it up when I move that back with the square. I always do.
I always square it when I start. That's it.
Okay.
That's all I ever do.
Anytime you move that back, it's okay.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't see a good reason. You have your little things that you're saying, but I don't see one of them as a good reason.
It's way faster the other way.
I don't think anybody was cutting that any faster than what I was cutting mine. Mind you, other people stepping into the process.
Right, exactly.
I mean, there's no reason for anybody to step into the process. You should have never started cutting a chair roll or the shoe mold.
No, I should have cut.
No, you should have never cut any of it. You should have just let it keep going the way it was going.
No.
And you shouldn't even gotten involved. And by that, you shouldn't have. You really shouldn't have. You were shooting just like Johnny was shooting. I was able to shoot and put all that in just fine and cut it all just fine.
No.
All you did was cause slowdown at the cutting stage. No, now I'm waiting on you, waiting on him.
Right, exactly.
There's no reason to do that. You could just be waiting. Just me and him, and that's it.
When there's a group of people doing the same thing, you kind of just go with what they're doing, not doing something different. It slows down.
No, I was the one doing it. You stepped in it. He stepped in it. I'm the one that was cutting.
Okay.
You stepped into my process, and you're telling me I should start adjusting to you?
The whole thing was...
You stepped into my process.
Okay.
You just said it. You said, I'm sitting there working with two guys doing it one. I'm the one cutting. I was the guy there to cut.
We didn't decide I'm cutting your
Yes, I was. That's exactly how it was.
All right.
That's exactly what I did the day before. It's exactly what I was doing that day.
The whole thing was about the saw. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly right. So this is how I'm doing it.
20 fucking people in here that are trim carpenters are going to say the same thing. Guaranteed.
I'm not arguing. Right. What I'm telling you is I'm not comfortable enough to stand up 6-inch in there and think it's accurate. And I still would not on that saw blade. Maybe if you had a backstop, maybe. That's the only way. It was with a backstop. If I had a backstop, I'd be okay with it. Other than that, I'm not okay with it. And that's just how I feel. And I can feel however I want to feel.
Okay. And I can too.
For comfort level. But when it comes to talking about that saw, me adjusting everyone else, I was the one cutting. So why would I adjust to anybody? Why come and mess with my shit? Just do what you're doing. And I'll do what I'm doing. It's like when my wife comes in the house and like frickin' I start cleaning something, she stops what she's doing to come clean what I'm cleaning. No, go do what you're doing.
All right, let's be honest. Okay, that one cut you made. Remember going down the steps?
Yes.
When we had it marked out, I said, your line's here. You went way off the line.
On purpose.
Okay. How did that turn out?
It came out. It was just an adjustment. That's all it was. What it was for.
It was an adjustment.
It looks good now. What do you mean? That was 4-inch base going into 6-inch base.
Right.
And it was two completely different bases going into each other.
Right.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
Remember when I said your line's over here? That's where we had it lined up where it'll line up. And then you cut it about an inch and a half shy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, never mind.
Because it was 4-inch base and 6-inch base.
I know.
So you don't go to the 6-inch baseline.
I know that.
Obviously you don't.
Obviously, when you cut it, it was an inch and a half short.
No, it wasn't.
All right.
That's not true. That's not true. You're telling a lie.
I'm not telling a lie.
You are telling a lie.
Did you have to recut it after that?
I knew I had to recut it after that, though. I was trying to get something that I could see what the angle was going to be on that.
All right.
The whole purpose was to see what the angle was going to be. That was the whole purpose. That's all we were doing with that cut. That was a template. And the points were spot on, right where I wanted them to be.
All right.
I don't know what you think or what you were considering, but you weren't thinking the same as me. You keep talking about that inch and a half.
That
has nothing to do with anything. That I was trying to get the points. All I wanted was that board to sit inside there so I could see where I had to be. That's what I wanted. And it worked. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted it to do.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you're wrong.
I'm not.
You are 150,000,000% wrong, and I wish I had a picture of it.
Me too.
Because I knew when you said it, I go, no, you don't know what I'm doing. In my head, that's what I said. No, you don't know what I'm doing. And you kept fucking...
I did not.
No,
you're lying.
You are right now, though. You are right now, though. But
I did not say anything. I just said, your line's here. We already had it set up where it was where the line was. And he was like, I know what I'm doing. I just didn't say nothing.
And that's exactly what I was planned on doing is exactly what happened.
So if you'd have cut it on the line where we was talking about,
it wouldn't have worked. Okay. Because you keep saying I was an inch and a half short. I wasn't an inch and a half short. I was an inch and a half short on the bottom. I was at the top. I was exactly right on. The angles weren't the same yet. And I didn't know what those angles were going to be until I got something that fit in there so I could see what it was. And that's what I did, and it worked. That's exactly what happened. That's a fact. And that's why when you said it, I go, I know what I'm doing. That's why I said that. I wasn't trying to cut it. I was trying to get a template. And I knew that. That's a fact, 150%. The next cut after that fit in just fine, didn't it?
That was the same board,
I might have
was it?
Yeah, well, no, I was, no.
That board was too short, right?
That board was a template, for fuck's sakes.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
But what I'm saying is it was short, right?
It was exactly what I wanted it to be, so no. No, it was not short. It was exactly what I wanted it to be.
Why are you yelling? Why are you
Because you're
screaming?
making up shit.
I'm not making up shit. We're
making
having
up
a
shit.
conversation. And
No,
I'm talking
you're
to you.
saying that I did something I didn't fucking do. I didn't cut the board short. I cut the board exactly what I wanted it to be. So that can't be short.
Why are you so loud?
Because I'm being loud. That's what I do. It can't be short if it's exactly what I want it to be. If it's the exact length I ask it to be, how is it short?
Did you use that one for the finish?
It's short from what your fucking brain looked at and thought.
Why are you talking like that?
Because you're saying something that's not true.
We're having a discussion. We're trying to figure something out.
No, you're not. You're trying to dog me is what you're trying to do.
No, I'm not.
The fuck you ain't. That's exactly what you're trying to tell you. You're trying to say on air that I cut something short. That I didn't cut short.
Okay.
Because you thought it was short. I cut a template so I could measure the angle. If I didn't cut it short,
why are you getting so loud? I don't understand it. I don't talk to you like that. Don't talk to me.
You still aren't listening to me.
All right, calm down. Now talk. Go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Fuck it.